All right, class is in session. Got another chapter from Atomic Attraction on chapter 33. Almost done with the book. So, hopefully it's working out. Getting you more dates, getting you more attractive, getting you laid. All right, this chapter is never give your love too easily. Never give your love too easily. And I've got one, before I start the book, I want to read the first commandment of Poon. I've done this before, but it applies to this chapter. The first commandment of Poon from Royce from Chateau Artiste is never say I love you first. First commandment of Poon, never say I love you first. Women want to feel like they have to overcome obstacles to win a man's heart. They crave capturing the interest of a man who has other women competing for his attention and eventually prevailing over his grudging reluctance to award his committed exclusivity. The man who gives his emotional world away too easily robs women of the satisfaction of earning his love. Though you may be in love with her, don't say it before she has said it. Show compassionate restraint for her need to struggle toward yin fulfillment. Inspire her to take the leap for you, and she will return the favor 1,000-fold. Exactly. So, a man who gives his love away too easily must not be wanted by that many women, must not have that many options, and must be desperate to a certain degree. And also, men want to be free. If a woman doesn't feel like she has to work for a man, she's like, oh, he's too easy. A man wants to be free. You should be like a caged, like a dog that doesn't want to go in a crate, or the bull in the, before they come out to buck and bull, they're all boom, 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 hitting the sides. That's a man. That's how a man should be going into a marriage. Not like, okay, I'll get in here, be a good bull. All right, and also Law 16 from the 48 Laws of Power. This one also applies to this chapter, and then I'll start the chapter. Law 16. Use absence to increase respect and honor. Too much circulation makes the price go down. The more you are seen and heard from, the more common you appear. If you are already established in a group, if you are already established in a group, temporary withdrawal from it will make you more talked about, even more admired. Learn when to leave. Create value through scarcity. So it's all about scarcity, All right, so now I'll start the book. Chapter 33 from Atomic Attraction, moving along. Never give your love never give your love too easy. Never give your love too easily. There is a charm about the forbidden that makes it unspeakingly desirable. There is a charm about the forbidden that makes it unspeakingly desirable. Mark Twain. All right, Mark Twain. Yes. How long does it take a woman to fall in love? Research published in the Journal of Social Psychology found that out of 172 participants, it took men a couple of days or a couple of weeks to fall in love. Women took a couple of months to fall in love. So look who falls in love faster, men. We always hear, women want a long-term relationship. You hear that at every dating app. I want a long-term relationship. Yeah, it's going to take you months to fall in love with me, and I have the ability to fall in love with you, according to the study, quicker. And I do agree with that. Women like their freedom. We don't often say that, but women like their freedom. These women that claim they want to be in a long-term relationship, they're looking for beta males, man. They know real men don't want to be in a relationship. They want to be free and looking at their options. All right. Let's see. A couple of weeks. Yep. Women took a couple of months, exactly. Okay, to fall in love. This is why you should never, uh, you should never rush a woman into love. Exactly. If you're first and she's not yet in love, you're gonna pressure her, and then she's gonna be like, a woman wants to feel pressured to love you. If you if you try to rush the seduction process, if you try to rush the seduction process, forcing the woman to feel emotions for you that she is not yet ready to feel. Yeah, she's not ready to feel those emotions. You are, you rule as a man is okay. Your job or your role as a man is to interact with a woman in a fun and relaxed way. So yeah, so if you're sitting there talking about falling in love and serious concepts, women want to have fun. You know that whole "girls just want to have fun" by Madonna. Girls just don't want to have fun. They do. They just want to have fun. And if you're sitting there talking about relationships, are we serious yet? Are we not serious? Do you love me? Do I love you? That's serious, man. If she's having fun and she's having a good time, her feelings will make her want to come back to you. Her feelings will make her love you, When a woman is ready to commit to you, she will let you know exactly. When she's ready, they're ready. And they fall in love hard. She's like, what are we? What are we doing? I don't want to do this anymore I want you to stay here all night. Yep. If you try to chase a woman into love, yep, like a cat, the cat will run. And commitment, this includes talking about the relationship. Are you going to be my girlfriend? When we begin in a relationship, I want this, I want that. No, just, cool and chill. Talking about the relationship or trying to become exclusive, a woman will lose attraction for you. Yes. If a woman feels pressure, women are like fearful animals. I'm serious, not being rude. They're like fearful animals. They'll run. They're like, oh my God, I'm nervous. I don't know what to do. Yep. All right. Let's see. Being a challenge is part of seduction. Yep. Being a challenge is part of seduction. That must not be forgotten. Yep. The less available the less available you are makes you viewed as more desirable. Yep. It makes you viewed as a more desirable prospect. As stated in the European Journal of Personality, people who are more or who are less available are seen as having higher overall value. Yes, like celebrities, Drake ain't around every corner. That's Drake, bro. That's Drake. That's Kendrick Lamar, bro. That's good. Because they're not everywhere, That's Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh my God, it's right there. Yep. You don't see him every day, right? He's not around every corner. Even even if that value is only their perspective. Well, if it's only their perspective, it doesn't matter, Perspective is reality. Some people, it's going to be perspective is reality. Yep. In business, if a customer sees a product as limited availability, then that product, yes, will become more valuable. Yep. Your product becomes increasingly valuable, 100%. Yep. As a result, and that's what they said about diamonds. They said diamonds are actually plentiful, but we make them seem like there's not that many diamonds in the world, which supposedly there's a ton. But the De Beers family who runs diamonds, apparently, I don't know, but they make them scarce because they hold the like the output of them, and like oil, they'll turn it on, tons of oil be coming out, and let's stop the oil, now it's valuable, right? If a woman, if a woman looks at a diamond necklace in a store and she'll say she's just browsing, yet if the woman is told that it is the last diamond necklace in stock, she will be tempted to buy it. Yep. Yep. And that's a technique that a lot of salesmen know. And if anyone's worked sales, the special is only available today. Tomorrow, this is, we're running a new special tomorrow, but it's not as good as this one. Oh, hurry, Yeah, it's the last truck on the lot, dude. That 4x4, lifted 4x4, the Ford F-150 with the loud exhaust. Yeah, it's the only one we got. Sorry, last one. Yep. But if you saw 100 of them on the lot, you'd be like, never mind. Yep. Let's see. Right away. Okay, yep. Then, right away. Such is the power of scarcity, Rip. The man who gives his love away too easily is like a cheap piece of jewelry, valued by none and often discarded. Yep. So if you give your love away too easily, if you give yourself away too easy, you're like a piece of cheap jewelry, valued by none, discarded by many, But all this stuff, it's no gimmicks, it's, to be scarce, you need to be doing things, you need to be busy, you need to be, taking on challenges, doing projects, being involved in stuff, being, just having a balanced life, but a busy life, And when someone comes in to be a part of your life, it's not, I gotta make time for you, So, but again, don't do gimmicks, and then, a woman will see, this guy's busy, he's got stuff going on, that's how a good, valuable person lives, and if you're doing it with authenticity, and living properly, women want men that want freedom. Women want men that are doing stuff. Women want men that are attractive, that are, handsome. Women, again, if you're doing the stuff like, taking care of your hair, taking care of your clothes that fit, right? You've talked about it in previous chapters. You get in the gym, you're staying, lean, you're staying in shape, that's an attractive person, you know what to do, but if you're doing stuff to, men take risks, but not, stupid risks. They take calculated risks, just stuff like that. You gotta always be, showing strength and masculinity. Okay. But that's all for today. We'll see you on the next one.